Hi and welcome to another tutorial. In today's lesson we'll learn how to recreate this cool looking cylinder text effect using Adobe After Effects. So anyways guys, let's jump in. So the first thing that you have to do here is we have to create a new composition. 1920 by 1080 pixels will be fine at a duration of about 10 seconds. Make sure that the frame rate is set to 30. Now I'm using 4K composition here, but if you want to use it you can. If not, just stick to full HD. Once you're happy, press OK. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to right click and create a new text layer. Now the font that I'm using is called American Captain. I've set the size to 600 pixels, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align it to the center of my composition, and I'm just going to increase the scale up maybe to about, let's say, 120. So now once you've moved it, then you have to align it again, and now I've got the text in the middle of that composition. The next thing that we need to do is we need to click this button over here, which is called region of interest. And what you're going to do is you're going to try and create a region of interest around the text layer. Now if you don't get it even on both sides, that's okay, because we can fix it up in the next step. So once you've got that, then you need to go to composition and you need to go to crop comp to region of interest. And so now what we need to do is I'm just going to go back to that scale, and I can actually scale it up a little bit more. Just leave a little bit of a gap between the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to align it to the center of that composition again. So now that I have that, that's going to be my text layer. So I'm going to rename that as text. The next thing that we need to do is we need to create another composition, and we're going to call this one our pattern. So leave everything else the same, but now we're going to drag the text layer into that pattern layer. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to press R for rotation. We're going to rotate that text 90 degrees. And then what we are going to do is we are going to search for an effect called motion tile. And now if I go to my effect controls, I can increase the output height, and you just want it so that the text goes off the screen. But now what we are going to do is I'm just going to press scale to try and fit that in. So if I scale that up to about, let's say 113, that fits in nicely for me. On yours it might be a little bit different. So once you're happy with that, now what we're going to do is we are just going to create a background that goes at the back of that text. So I'm going to go back to the text layer and I'm going to create a new solid, and I'm going to call that BG. Now the color that I'm using, I'm going to color hunt, and I'm using this color palette. So I'm going to stick with that color, and I'm going to put that in here and then just press OK. And now I need to drag that underneath the actual text there. So now when I go back to pattern, I've filled it all in, and I think that's looking pretty nice. So now the next and final composition that we need to create, if we go back to project, we need to create another composition, and we'll call this one the cylinder. So I just need to press OK. Now we'll drag the pattern into the cylinder. And then what we need to do is I'm going to search for an effect called CC cylinder, and pretty much it's made the effect. So now it's this way. So what we need to do is we need to come to our effect controls, open up the rotation. The first thing we need to do is change the Z rotation to -90. And then we are just going to change the X rotation to maybe, let's say 40, or you can do whichever angles that you want. And then the final thing that we need to do is we need to start to animate this. But before we do that, we're just going to change a little bit of the lighting settings. So we're going to come over here and we are going to change the intensity. We're going to double that. We're going to put it to about 200. We're going to change the light height to about, let's say 35. I'm just going to come down to shading, and I'm going to drop down the ambient to about 35 as well. So now that I've got that, now we need to actually animate it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my first keyframe, hit the stopwatch for Y rotation. I'm going to move to the end, and then I'm just going to write over here on this side -1. And so now, because it's a negative, it's going to spin in that rotation. If you want it to spin the other way, then you do it as a positive value. So cool, I'm pretty happy with that speed, and I think it's looking pretty nice at the moment. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to create a background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here, create a new solid. and I'm just going to call this BG. I'm going to drag it underneath my pattern, and I'm just going to take off the eye for the pattern just so I can see the background. Now the effect that I'm going to use is going to be called a 4-color gradient, and now I've got my colors in there. So what I need to do is I need to go to color hunt, and I'm just going to put all these colors into my colors in After Effects. Cool. So now I've put all my colors in there, and now what we need to do is we need to start to animate that. So what we're going to do is we are going to click the stopwatches on all of those point 1 and color 1, making sure that you're on the first keyframe. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the end of the composition. So for me, that's 10 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab point 1 and I'm going to move it over to this side. So you can see that that will be the animation that will occur. Then I'm going to get point 2 and I'm just going to move it down to here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to point 4 and I'm going to move that over to about here. And I'm going to get point 3 and move that up to about there. So now if we preview that, now you've got these 4 different colors moving, and you can create your, animation just like that. So I'm going to leave that in that corner over there. So now the next thing that we need to do is I'm just going to press U on my keyboard to bring up all the colors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I click on all the colors. I'm going to hold Command on Mac or Alt on Windows, and I'm making sure that I'm selecting all the colors. So I've selected those keyframes. I'm going to press Control C to copy those keyframes. I'm going to get to the end and I'm going to paste them. So now what I have is I've got colors on one set, and then it goes back to the same colors on the other set. So now I'm going to go to about halfway, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse these colors. So I'm going to open up Color Hunt, and so this one is the lighter color, so I'm going to change that to the darker color, and I'm going to go through all the colors over here. Cool. So now it changes from the first color scheme to the second and then back, but they're all using the same colors. So now when we put our pattern back on, we've created an animated background, but we're going to fix it up a little bit more. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we're on the background layer, and we're just going to apply a bit of a blur to it. So I'm going to add a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to increase that value to, let's say, 90. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a turbulent displace to this as well. And so we're going to change a few things in here. We're going to change the amount to, let's say, 250. We're going to change the size to, let's say, 70. And you can see what is actually happening here. So you can see how now they're starting to have these little kind of artifacts in there. So I'm just going to kind of leave that at 70. I'm going to bump up the complexity to about 6. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to animate the evolution. So I'm going to come over here, click on the stopwatch, make sure I'm on my first frame, and I'm going to move to the end. And then I'm going to change it to, let's say, 3. And so now if you preview that, you can see that now you've got a bit of movement with that turbulent displace happening in the background. So that's looking pretty good. The final thing that we can do in here is we can just add a drop shadow to the cylinder layer. So you can see that this drop shadow, I'm going to give it a bit of distance, but I am going to make it extremely soft, and maybe I'll just bump up the opacity a little bit. I'll leave the angle as it is. So now once I've got those two things, then what we can do is we can pre-compose that. And so I'm just going to call that final. And the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a scale in animation. So I'm going to press the stopwatch. I'm going to press S for scale. I'm going to press the stopwatch at the first keyframe, and I'm just going to scale that into, let's say, 110. So not that much. And now I'm also going to add in an adjustment layer. And inside the adjustment layer, I'm going to search for an effect which is called noise. So I'm going to bump that up to, let's say, about 10%. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. And the final thing that we can do is we can add some bulge. Now you can either do it on this final composition, or you can go back inside of the final composition and do it on the pattern. So if you search for the effect called bulge, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase that radius, that vertical radius, and the horizontal radius. So maybe something like that. So we want it kind of to look like a barrel. So I think that actually looks pretty good, but we are just going to change the bulge height to, let's say 0. Maybe we can even go up to about 0.5. So it just gives it that kind of barrel-y kind of look. So that's pretty much it. So once you're happy with it, you can export it, and yeah. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this short tutorial on how to create a cylinder text. I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.